AGC's mission is to educate and empower the next generation's youth, specifically around preparing our young people for the challenges that they may encounter as the 21st century progresses. And I think that's the significant reason why we pushed the sustainability envelope with this building so intentionally.
The Academy for Global Citizenship is a 75,000 square foot school on the southwest side of Chicago, designed by Farr & Associates. SMNGA and DBHMS was the mastermind behind the sustainability aspect of the school. This building is going for Living Building Challenge certification, which is a highly technical certification that ranges all aspects of the building. And not only is it the construction of the building, but it's also the operation of the building. Most projects might have one sustainability goal. You may do solar on one project or geothermal on another project or rain harvesting on another project. And trying to get all those systems to work together was the greatest challenge.
We have about 520 kilowatts of solar production on site. That's split up between about half of that on the roof and the other half is on the ground mounted in the back half of the site. And so all of those two systems combined will allow the building to be net zero.
This was actually my first power project, so right off the bat, it was challenging, but it was also exciting. For me personally, just to know that there was a project that in Illinois would be first of its kind. When I was a student, it may be something that I didn't think about as much, but now to be able to, for example, you're playing outside and see a giant cistern, rainwater cistern tank. You're naturally going to ask yourself what it is, what it does, how it was built. But I think having a building with things that you not only hear about, but you can actually physically see, I think is going to go a long way for students to just be curious, ask questions, and understand that what we do impacts our environment.
So the mechanicals are exposed to the students so they can actually see how the building functions. You can say geothermal wells and you can say all these terms, but in order to understand how it works, they can actually look inside the mechanical room.
The model we're trying to establish here is a community school model. And increasingly, as society and folks get more disjointed, there aren't these spaces that bring people together. And so by establishing the school as sort of the foundation of this community hub, but then also having the health clinic and having the urban farm and the market space, and all of these other potential connection points. Now when families are coming to drop their kids off, they have an excuse to connect either with staff or other families or the neighbors, and it just starts to rebuild that fabric, which I think used to sort of exist naturally.
It's been really rewarding here to see, day after day, the kids coming in, they're all excited to get into the building, especially those first few weeks, they were constantly discovering different little nooks where they could hang out or read a book and things like that. So just kind of hearing that constant, awe and really amazement as they would walk through the building and see different things was really cool to see.
There hasn't been a ton of focus on the southwest side about the community itself and the people who live here. And so to make this visible, to say, hey, don't just pass by on the highway or on your way to Midway, come take a look at this place, one of, a handful in the world. Yeah, amazing things can happen here right in your backyard, and to be able to provide that example to our students, that the place that they go to is the top 1% of 1% of all buildings produced, that has such an effect on how they then view their community, how they then view themselves, and what's possible for them.